Is it okay if I record this?
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah, I'm recording a video. I don't.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, cool. All right.
I promise not to pick my nose or anything like that. I'm punchy right now. It's this time.
It's cool.
So, Paris, why don't you take first question?
No, actually, I was gonna. What's your actual title?
So my name is Daniel Suarez. I'm the executive producer on Call of Duty Black Ops, and I work at Activision.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, actually, my first question's pretty simple. I mean, obviously, your mantra for this is compete, customize, create.
And create.
And one of the first things you showed was the kill streaks. So can you talk some about the new kill streaks we're going to see?
So I think there cannot be a new Call of Duty game without some new kill streaks. I think we have a variety of them this year. Perfect, you brought them up. So RCXD, we've talked about already. It's actually part of our Prestige edition that we're releasing. It stands for Remote Control Explosive Device. And it's basically a tiny remote control car with a bunch of C4 packed on it that you can basically drive through the map and basically find the guy who was just owning you and just blow him to pieces. It's a lot of fun. It basically behaves with typical sort of movement control. So you unlock it, you move forward with the L stick, and you pull the trigger and it blows up. Really sort of satisfying. Spy plane, counter spy plane, you guys know what those are. SAM turret basically behaves as a deterrent to things in the sky. Care package. So the care package has a little bit of a different mix this year. So as you noticed, there's two things that pop up. Well, actually, a couple different things that pop up in the care package. Sometimes it's ammo. Sometimes it's the other things that have popped up in there. But then randomly, there's the Death Machine, which is the giant big Gatling gun, and then the Grim Reaper, which is basically a 4-canister missile launcher. So those pop up in the care package randomly. Mortar team, which is basically you can pick 3 locations on the map, and they fire 2 mortar shots there, big giant explosives. Sentry gun, you know what that is. Attack helicopter, you guys know what that is. Valkyrie rocket, really cool. Basically, it's a TV-guided missile. So you fire it like a bazooka, but then you actually follow and control the missile through your controls. So you actually have control of that. There's 2 shots from the Valkyrie. Rolling Thunder is a carpet bomb. Blackbird, I really like. It's a very cool sort of advancement on the UAV because then you know which direction the enemy is going. So you'll see the red dot, but then there's a little arrow depicting which movement area they're moving in. So what's cool is if I pop up my SR-71 and suddenly I now know which direction everybody's moving in. Dogs make a return from World at War, and then Gunship is cool because it's a player-controlled helicopter. So I actually have the controls to fly and shoot whatever I want. So kill streaks they've really spent a lot of time with them, and I think there's some really cool stuff there. And actually, was Napalm on there? Yeah. Did I skip Napalm? Yeah.
Right, the napalm strike.
Big ball of fire.
That was pretty impressive.
One of the things that I noticed about the past Call of Duty games, like especially the gamers always complain about this, forums and stuff about the glitching and cheating. How you guys are handling that with this game?
So I think if you look back at World at War and the release of that title and things that popped up in terms of glitches and all that kind of stuff, Treyarch was really active about trying to, reduce those and update those as quickly as possible. A couple of things we've done this year. One, we've introduced this thing called the theater mode, and you're thinking, well, theater mode, how does that deal with security? Well, theater mode actually is a great deterrent for security because for us, we can now see everybody's match and see what they were doing in terms of griefing. If they were griefing the game on purpose, we'll be able to watch those matches and be able to say, okay, how are they doing it? How do we fix it? And how do we then, either ban these people that are doing this kind of stuff or not? Back out all the way. I think where it is.
Was Mr. Olin?
Mr. Olin's not. He's in another room.
What?
I think he's in another room.
Yeah, okay.
I think if there was other people in the lobby, which there isn't, there's a reporting structure within the game. So if people are griefing and cheating, you can actually report them. So we can go back at Treyarch and look at the reporting of people that are griefing the game and see, okay, what's their profile, load up the video, watch what they were doing, fix that error. But we're very conscious of that. We will, like we did on World at War, we'll continually be doing updates. We have on World at War, we had a backend infrastructure that allowed us to basically go in and update. Rather than having to do a full title update with the first parties, we can actually make changes on the fly to the game if we're seeing errors that occur. So yes, you know what? We want to keep the community as fair as possible. It's super important to Treyarch, and we'll be doing that this year as well.
What about, I know you guys haven't mentioned this at all, zombie mode maybe with this game? Yeah?
I haven't talked about zombie mode.
So it's possible then, maybe?
Everything's possible.
Okay.
Everything's possible.
Okay, cool.
Well, talk.
Oh, you went
I'm
there?
sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't take over,
Yeah.
man. What's wrong with you?
Sure.
One of
We
the
have
Swedish
plans.
guy here at the table.
We have the plans to use either Move or Connect for Call of Duty
No.
Black Ops.
No, so Black
Not at
Ops
all?
Black Ops will not be supporting Connect and will not be supporting Move.
Oh, okay.
So we're already doing enough, I guess, is a good way to say it, with Call of Duty this year. But no, we're not supporting this.
No.
There was a Wii version.
But there is a Wii version.
Oh, that's true.
And the Wii version is coming out day and date. It's full parity with the console SKUs that are there, and it's the same team that last year did Call of Duty Modern Warfare on Wii, and then the year before that did World at War on Wii. So if you look, it's funny. The actual charts of people online on the Wii, number of players, we really see a large volume of people playing online on the Wii, and we're actually doing some new and interesting things on the Wii SKU, where we've actually created a new headset. So people actually can play with VoIP on the Wii. No other games are doing this right now. We've been partnered with Nintendo to do this. And then we'll also be supporting back-end patching.
Is it Treyarch that makes the Wii version?
Yes.
Yes. Cool.
So.
My next question, again, sticking on the compete side of things, you talked about contracts and the wager matches. If we can go into a little detail on that.
Sure. So let me take a step back and explain the currency things first, and then
Okay.
that kind of flows into that. So this year with Call of Duty, we've added sort of this new feature, and we'll call it COD points or COD currency. And the way that works very much like how XP did previously. So previously on Call of Duty, you'd play the game, as you progress through the match, you'd then earn XP at the end and a match bonus. Well, you're still doing that, but now we've added a modifier as well that's called COD points. Now, what COD points is basically a percentage of the XP that you earned. Now, what will happen is the currency can be used to basically go into create a class and unlock weapons. Go ahead and back out of that. Go to your attachments. Unlock attachments or purchase attachments. You can buy and equip. Back out. Camo. Go ahead and go to camo. You can buy different camo. Go back out. You can then go and buy equipment. So everything is now purchasable. Now, what happened in Call of Duty before is you'd rank progress. Let's say you got to level 20. At level 20, you unlocked a specific gun. Let's say it was a shotgun. Well, what if I'm not a shotgun guy? Well, now I've unlocked a gun I'm probably never going to use.
Right.
What's going to happen now is you're going to unlock the shotgun, and I'm going to give you X amount of COD currency. You can buy the shotgun, and you can say, you know what, I'm not a shotgun guy. I'm not going to spend it on that. I'm going to go spend it in building out my SMG. And I can go and say, all right, I'm going to add a new reticle, I'm going to add new camo, I'm going to add extended mags, I'm going to add this, whatever, I'm going to add a silencer, because now I have that money to spend the way I want to spend it. And that was the big sort of thing. Play the game the way you want to play it. Don't let the game force you to play it.
So just a quick follow-up
Sure.
to that. So what you're basically saying is now I'll have the option, let's say I just love, I'm just pulling the gun on my butt, AK-47.
Sure. Okay.
I can focus on the AK-47 and just basically pimp it out completely to how I like it
Absolutely.
before I even focus on another weapon.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you could add an undermounted flamethrower, add the coolest camo you could find, stick your emblem on it, etch in your clan tag, and make it the coolest looking gun you ever see.
Okay.
And you don't have to unlock any other guns that you want. You can just focus on doing the one you want.
You can change your reticles too. It's just really cool.
Yeah, there's reticles, there's reticle colors, we really kind of threw in the kitchen sink, to be really honest, in terms of how much customization exists for the gun. So you can have different kinds of reticles. Like there's a Treyarch reticle, which is the Treyarch logo, which actually is really cool. But there's just really a lot of different things, and as you're seeing in the right here as it's going through. So this is what the reticle would look like. Happy face
Smiley
logo.
faces.
Again, and what'll happen is you'll actually see that then on the kill cam when someone shoots you. So you're customizing the way.
Right, we saw
You'll
that
see
in
that,
the video, like someone had a smiley face for the
Right.
reticle. Yeah.
So
What were like the challenges, working on this side for you guys?
challenges. Number one, Modern Warfare 2, biggest game ever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
'Cause that's the thing. People are always going to be comparing, maybe, or always, talking.
People are going to compare every Call of Duty to every Call of Duty the
Yeah.
year before.
Yeah.
That's just the inherent to working on this franchise. And, I think having such a high bar to set yourself against is what really has pushed Treyarch in particular to make the best game. When they made World at War, it was the best game they ever made. And what they did is after World at War, they knew they were going to continue to work on the Call of Duty franchise and said, look, we need to be the best team we can be. And before that, there were 3 separate teams within Treyarch. There was the team that had worked on Quantum of Solace, there was the team that had worked on the Spider-Man game, and there was the team that had worked on World at War. And they said, look, if we're going to make the best Call of Duty game, let's take the best of everybody and combine them and focus on their key disciplines. So we had a team that was focused on multiplayer, had a team that was focused on single player, and had a team that was focused on co-op. And really said to those guys, look, let's make the best game we can make. And we knew Modern Warfare 2 was coming out. We knew the features it was going to have. We knew it was going to push the envelope and everything that it was going to do. And we said, you know what, we need to do the same. And we've done this, and I think Treyarch has done a really good job of this in the last couple of years, is really focus on the things that they're good at. You know, they knew they were going to say, okay, yes, Call of Duty has kill streaks, perks, weapons, all that kind of stuff. What more can we? What are people not going to expect? What are the things that are sort of outside that norm? And that's where they sort of focused on that sort of compete, customize, and create. And those are the things that said, yes, we're doing all the other stuff, but we need to do more. People are going to expect more. People are going to want more. If we just came out and said, hey guys, guess what? We got some new kill streaks, some new perks, and some new maps. You guys would have gone like, it really would have met. You would have met. Expectations would have been
why
like,
can't you just put that in DLC, basically?
right,
Yeah.
exactly. So for us, we needed to sort of measure, like make things like super achieve the most we could do. So that's what we did this year.
Okay.